Hello, scrappy friends. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. My name is Diane Gutierrez, and I am a Creative Memories advisor in Southern California. This is a Scrap with Me session. With these Scrap with Me sessions, I like to come on here and do some live scrapbooking with you. And the idea is to show newer product, maybe something that's currently out and available, and also to give you a little sneak peek into my cutting guide. So the layouts I show are usually from one of my cutting guides, and today is the same. This one is going to be from the Magic of Christmas Quick and Cute cutting guide. This is actually the bonus, a bonus layout for that cutting guide. In my Cute and Quick cutting guides and series, I do minimal supplies, which you'll see here. I'm using paper and embellishments for this set, and I use limited tools because I like to use very generic based tools, things that I think you might already have or something that you would want to invest in and use over and over again. So you'll see that. But also I'm going to do a little bit of ink splattering on this layout, which I don't typically do in the Quick and Cute, but we can change and do a little bit on this layout today. So without further ado, let me go ahead and switch over my camera and we can get started. Okay, so this is my supplies for this layout. I'm going to focus on this paper here. I just love this paper. I want to make sure I get this used, and it's going to be actually in my 2025 album. We're going to use both sides. They go so well together. Then with the Quick and Cute, I like to bring in cardstock when I'm trying to elevate up the Quick and Cute layouts. Well, anytime I'm trying to elevate a layout, I bring in the colored cardstock. I use lined paper quite often for the journaling boxes because I don't use a matte pack for these layouts. So I love the lined paper. This is an older piece. The new one has printed on both sides, wide on one side, college rule on the other. It's great. You'll get a lot of use out of one pack. Next time you're shopping, dump one in your cart. I think it's a 6-pack of paper for $6. You'll get a lot of use out of it. You won't be disappointed. And then I'm going to build everything up today on some white cardstock. Let me go ahead and get my boards out. Well, the tree paper, it's going to be running, I want the trees to be running this way across, so that'd be horizontally across the page when I'm done. So I'm going to turn it and make sure when I'm cutting it, it'll cut and then come out on the page the right way. So I need to put it in the trimmer this way. As much as I love this paper, I don't need a lot of it to make an impact. So I'm just going to cut 2.5 inches. And I'm going to do that 2 times, one for each side. Go ahead while we have our paper out, flip it over and cut some of this beautiful blue holly paper. I don't traditionally scrap my Christmas in blue, but I think this is going to be just a little bit of a nice accent for this page. So this one I just want an even smaller piece, and I'm going to do 1.5 inches, and I'll do 2 of those. This one will come up at the top. I'm going to do a different kind of layout today. A lot of times I build up blocks or a band. This one actually will be more of a band type of layout, but I'm not going to have anything in the center. I'm going to leave this open for my photos. So I'm going to bring this, let's see, probably an inch. Yeah, an inch from the bottom. I'm going to bring in the dark green cardstock, and I'm going to change my blade. So I don't know about you guys, but I am, for whatever reason, I have been loving this twist decorative blade. I don't know. I think maybe it's perfect for Christmas. Maybe the twist reminds me of a candy cane or something, but I just love this one. What my plan here is to kind of back this blue paper, kind of tone down the blue, but yeah, have it in there as a little accent. So I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip and put this was 1.5. It'll give me a little bit of a border all the way around. This will be adhered onto the green, and then this is going to come down about 2 inches like that. And that's going to be basically the page layout right there. There's my band, but I'm leaving the center open for photos and embellishing. In fact, let me show you my photos for today. This is why it's going in my 2025 album, because it's my granddaughter. We have so many photos of her. This was a day they were here in California a couple weeks ago, and she did a little photo shoot for their Christmas card. They have all these great photos, and today I'm only going to put 3 on my layout, but they'll look like this. But I know for sure I'll be bringing in a peekaboo pocket here. This is a 4x6. I have so many photos, and then there's some with her parents as well. So they'll make an appearance here, but I'll put a peekaboo pocket there. So that's how my photos are gonna go. They're gonna go right here. I'm gonna take advantage of my white open area to kind of frame those and not have to worry about any mats to put in here, any photo mats. But with the avocado green, I want to bring this in and keep building up my layout, because for this part I am going to bring in a border making cartridge, and I'm bringing in pyramid keyhole. Pyramid keyhole is one that I would consider, it's pretty generic. I mean, you're going to see me use it on today's layout, but I feel like it could really be used on tons of different kinds of layouts. Happens to be on sale right now. So if you don't have this in your collection and you wanted to add this one I believe is on sale for $8 right now in Creative Memories year-end sale they're having. Okay, so I'm going to punch out 2 rows, one for each side. This is an edge punch, so when I'm done I will have to trim it off the page. And then my idea for this is to come right here on top of the tree paper. I probably will bring it up a tad, maybe about a 1/4 inch. Now I have one color to bring in, and that's the cranberry. I was thinking a little bit bigger, but let's see if we like it, or I'll go grab another piece. I'll do 8.5 inches. So I wanted to do 6.5 by 8.5, but it looks like I did 6 by 8.5. And it's gonna come right over here. Oh yeah, I actually like the 6 inches better. It's gonna come right to the edge of the inseam here, and actually with my photo I might slightly overlap it. So there we go. I like it. It has a frame around the 3 edges there, but kind of touches my block here. This block is going to hold my journaling and some embellishments. And so like I said, this is going to house my journaling and some embellishments. So let me bring in my lined paper. I was originally going to do 3.5 by 8, but I might trim this down a little more. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I don't have a lot to say about the photos, but I will talk about the photo shoot, where she's at in the photos, because that's kind of something personal for us. And then like this right here is a special photo because she's doing what we call scrunchy face. She always scrunches her face when she's like looking at us, and then we call it scrunchy face. And found out she doesn't do that when she's in Texas, so she only does that here. And so we think, oh, maybe because when we're looking at her, we must have a scrunchy look to our face because she's mimicking us. So that's kind of important. So I'll probably talk about all of that here. So maybe I will use all that space, but this is a great design if you have a lot to say. You know, you want more room to say that. So let's bring in some embellishments. This one comes together pretty fast. So I kind of have some big embellishments. These came with the embellishment pack. So the house is super cute, and I want this over here, and it'll be all the way in the red, maybe down and coming into the journaling box here. And this one is going to come right over here. And then this one will come up here. Now this is actually a journaling box, or could be used as a journaling box. I won't need it. So I'm going to use it as an embellishment cluster base. The reason I wanted to get those on there is because when I do the ink splattering, I'm gonna come up like on the sides around here, and I'm also gonna come in here and do around probably just the top. In fact, I'll probably lower this down and come in right here. And then just so everything kind of stays a little bit cohesive on the layout, I'll do a little bit at the top and a little bit down here at the bottom in the open areas. I'm going to bring in red shimmer. What I like to do with these shimmer pens to use it as ink splattering, I like to squeeze out a little bit, and then I like to just dip it in here and sprinkle it around. I'm bringing a piece of, I have this cardstock here. I've already been using it for splattering. I'm going to go ahead and move this and cover everything up. So I'm just going to come up here, and then I like to tap, and I'm going to kind of stay where the embellishment is going to be, which is right around here. So you see how it kind of extends the cluster base a little bit too by doing that. And I love doing that with the pens. I have a few embellishments to add. Let's see, this one says a Holly Jolly Christmas. That's going to be my title. It's going to come up here and touch into my journaling box. And then I love these poinsettias. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck one here. In fact, I'm going to pop up the title on to some foam tape. And then the large one to bring our poinsettias across the page. I'm actually gonna, let's move this up. And then the poinsettias will go down here. Actually, I'm gonna turn the green sprigs to the outside. I don't have any Christmas words, but if I did, I would pull that out. I might actually look at my stash and put something here. So check for that when I upload this. A couple last things I want to do, and I normally don't do this on the cute and quick layouts either, because like I said, I keep the tools very limited, but I did go into my stash and use a metal die cut because I wanted to bring in these cute trees, and I have all this open space here, and I wanted something tall. So I cut 2 trees on the dark green that we used up here, and I'm just gonna tuck them in right over here. This one will touch the journaling area, and then this one I'm going to tuck it in. They look staggered, and it'll look like that. Tuck this one down a little bit. And so I wanted something to extend up. Like I said, I was out of embellishments on this bonus layout, so I went and grabbed those because I thought that was cute. But anything you had there, if you have any trees in your stash, you would want to add there. I felt like it goes along with our paper, and the embellishments both have trees as well. And then the last thing I wanted to do is bring in the other, this is the white shimmer brush, and I wanted to paint little snow on these trees. Not because it was snowing in California when she took the photos, but because it has it on these trees. So I thought I kind of want to mimic that. And I'm just going to do a few. It came out a lot right there. Just a little bit of lines on these. You'll see it starting to come through. I'm going to try and dab that right in here. And then maybe some down here. As it dries, you'll see, I got it onto my embellishment. Just going to add some shimmer, a little bit of bling to our layout. There we go. Let me grab a tissue. That's funny. I made more of a mess with the actual pen than I did with splattering it. Yeah, maybe I could have done those on the little mat, on the mat before it was on my layout, but I wanted you guys to see. As soon it's going to dry, you can see it coming through now. It's drying. As it dries, it'll get white, and I think that's going to be the perfect finishing touch for this layout. So I'm going to get all that adhered down, and I will post a photo in on my Facebook page. Okay, let me come on back. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I do appreciate that you came and spent some time with me. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye.